Okay, so welcome to block 3. So in block 3, we're going to be working on skill development. Okay, and the suggestion here, or the exercise that we're going to be working through here, is going to be our banded muscle up. Okay, our assisted muscle up. So from here, we've built our strength, we've started to build our power, our understanding of the position that we need to get into from the last few phases, last few blocks rather. And now, in this case, we're starting to look at, okay, what is the skill? What does it feel like? Can I get some volume in with it? But obviously with a little bit of resistance to help us. Okay, so the KPI here is to be able to do 5 muscle ups with a red band. Okay, if you're doing it on the bar, simply just wrapping it around the bar, as the video shows. If you're doing it on the rings, it's a little bit more complicated, but it's still relatively straightforward depending on where you have the rings. But you've got one option: you can tie the band around the ring here, and then around the other ring, and then you'd sit in it. The other option is you would attach it to the attachment point. Now I can't do it here because the way the ceiling is, but if you're attaching the rings to a bar or a branch, then you can just loop the band around the branch or bar that you're on, bring it down and then sit in it. Obviously the only disadvantage is if it's a really high bar or branch, it's not going to work so well. So it needs to be a relatively low bar or branch. But then from there you wrap it over like you would a bar, you pull it down, you sit yourself in it, and then you can do your reps from there. And obviously your legs have to just stay just in front of the rings, but it's still a nice way of assisting. And for me, that's one I would prefer to do over the one where you loop it through the rings, just because it becomes quite difficult to false grip with the rings being so fat with the band around it. But yeah, so the KPI here, the landmark here is going to be 5 banded, red banded. So the thin, I think it goes up to about 10 or 15 kilograms of resistance muscle ups. Okay. Obviously, this is going to start to teach us the timing, the positions, the sort of velocity and the acceleration that we need to be performing, that need to be moving through as we perform muscle up. So it's a really good phase to start to get us to understand and learn it, and it become a bit more of an autonomous movement. So when we take that band away, we know what we need to do. There's no doubt. You know, we know what that pull should feel like. We know what that catch should feel like, and we know how to get down and repeat again for the next rep. So it's a good phase. It's essential. Obviously, you might want to start out with a little bit more resistance with a black or even a purple band to start with, and then as you become more familiar with the task, start to work your way down. Obviously, the higher the reps are, I think the reps go down throughout this block, so the higher the reps are, the more resistance you might want to use, and then as the reps get lower, you can start to drop the band resistance down until you get to that red, and you hopefully hit 5 reps. If you don't hit the 5 reps, the landmarks, then go through the block for another 3 weeks. If you've not hit it by 6 weeks, I'd be surprised. If that is the case, you might have to go back to block 1 and build that strength in the weighted pull up again. But yeah, most people after 6 weeks in this phase will be quite comfortable doing 5 reps with a red band. Awesome guys, enjoy.